Today I have something very different for you. I've received a painting from my good friend Max. He's painted a fantasy motive for me and for the studio and for you. He's a splendid painter. He's a great friend. We are playing board games and we also discuss fantasy and spirituality among many other things. And here's the painting. Great artwork, beautiful colors. You have the boat here in the river and you have the forest and you have these very beautiful leaves on the tree. Actually, it's inspired by J.R.R. Tolkien's paintings of some I will show you just in a minute. And my idea is to have this painting in this room in the bookshelf behind me, and I would like to put up more art here as well. So if you have advice, suggestions, and so on in mythology, fantasy, cyberpunk, and so on, other genres maybe too, please tell me. I will put it here. I think it looks very beautiful here. And then I also will have the books and games and things behind. So this shelf will become very arty, and sometimes I remove the art so you can see the books, sometimes not. So let's see what you think about that, and if you like that, please comment if you have any good ideas for this. The inspiration for Max was actually these paintings made by Tolkien, and you can find them in this poems by Tolkien. And I can show you paintings. This is not the inspirational motive, by the way, but I will show you that just in a sec. Looks like this. And then we have the you have the dragon here. These are all, I bought them in Uppsala in Sweden many years ago. Maybe you have Tolkien motifs too, paintings too, and this was the actual inspiration for the painting. You can see it there, right? Just show you the painting again. So I think Max have done a splendid job. Thank you, Max. I'm very happy for this. You are really giving energy to the studio and to the place where I'm writing and board gaming and overall thinking. I have a reading nook over there as well, so I sit here. So thank you, Max, and viewers. I hope you like this very much. I also want to tell you a little bit about what I'm reading right now, what I'm doing. Weekly update. Many new subscribers. Welcome. Thank you, everyone. This will give you an overview of what I'm doing. And for those who don't know, I'm a mood reader. So I read what I like. And what do I like the most at the moment? I'm reading the third book in Wheel of Time, The Dragon Reborn. As many of you know, I'm an avid Malazan reader, and that I will be for many decades on. I've read a lot of Tolkien, of course, but this one is actually becoming one of those, top favorites. I have many favorites. That's how life is, I think. You don't need to pick one book. This is, of course, extremely different to Malazan and to Lord of the Rings, but more similar to Lord of the Rings. But it is different. I know some say it's a copycat of Lord of the Rings. I don't think so, and I will tell you more about that in an upcoming video. So stay tuned for that. There's a lot of exposition in Wheel of Time. There is not this, effective writing like Erikson has, or totally different fantasy genre, or Scott Bakker, for example, but you can't compare them at all. But I enjoy the exposition, especially when I have a lot of work and you come home. And you also feel that you are very connected to the characters in this book. Especially I like an ogre called Loyal. I have also been to a secondhand store for video games last weekend, and I have especially one game here, but also more I see now that I will show you. Actually, 5 games. Because I really enjoy storytelling, and I think video games is a great way of telling stories. It's of course not maybe accepted, like the way, the Iliad or the Mahabharata, which I've been talking about from time to time as well. So I understand that. But still, it's a great way to experience stories. And one game that I haven't started but came over and bought is this Ogre Battle Tactics. So this is pixel graphics, so you move around on a chess like a map, and you have different armies and so on. There are many games like that today, like Fire Emblem and Final Fantasy Tactics, for example. I'm playing Triangle Strategy at the moment, which I've talked about earlier here. Great game. This is a game in a similar vein. It seems like the Triangle Strategy story is more on the interpersonal relationships and the struggles for power between kings and queens and aspiring people who want to have power. And this seems more like an epic battle overall between monsters and countries. So let's see. This is more epic. That's what I've heard. I also found a few classics, and that is Dragon Age Origins. These are, as you see, Xbox 360. Great storytelling, I would say. If you haven't looked up Dragon Age, please do that. This is I think is a role model for future video games, and even the video games and the stories today that you find, they have inspiration. I actually think that Baldur's Gate 3 and this one, you can really see the inspiration and similarities here. And there's especially one guy in Dragon Age Origins that I really like, and that is Duncan. Duncan is a Aragon-like leader in this war, in the Dragon Age war. So check it out if you haven't done it. Mass Effect, maybe no need to tell you about that, what it is, but a great space opera drama with a lot of choice and consequences. And with these games, the writing is good. It's very good writing. I would say that it's on par with Wheel of Time. Maybe not, I don't think Lord of the Rings or Malazan or anything like that. But like with Mass Effect, it's on par with Expanse, for example. I think that's okay. You're going to experience the game. That's a game, it's not a book. But if the writing is better, have a a decent standard, or even a very good standard, that's very good. So this is one great game. And then I bought this one, also very cheap. So all this is extremely cheap, like 50 Swedish kronor. So it's no, it's not, it looks a lot, but it's not. This is Stellaris. I'm just curious in this game. It's like a civilization in space, I suppose. Very complicated. I don't know if I will have time for this one, but I'm very curious to just check in, see what I like about it. It feels very intriguing. That's the gaming. I've been gaming a lot. Outer Worlds 2. I've been gaming too. Really enjoy that. But I've also been reading, of course. Wheel of Time, as you saw. I'm reading this one, Unity. We'll come to the end. It's very good. It's about organized religion in a fantasy setting. Organized religion is not so well talked about in fantasy. Usually it's the unorganized religion with druids and more of Buddhist inspiration and so on. But this one is more of horror-like dark fantasy. So, and it's independent author. It's Sarah K. Balstrup. So, shout out for her as well. I'm reading Shōgun. So, I will record with my friend Rick here on the channel what we think about this book. Very good. Medieval Japan, feudal Japan in turmoil, and Europeans are colonizing the country at the same time and having their power struggles. This is great. You should try to read it. I'm almost done with Akira. the manga, cyberpunk manga for my cyberpunk writing project. I'm trying to understand the setting and what kind of stories is common in the cyberpunk world. So this is part of my project. There are special videos on my cyberpunk writing project. Please look them up on the channel if you are interested. I have a lot of books behind me that I have only 200 pages left in. And the reason for that is when I work, I usually, get very immersed in a book and I read quite fast. And then I would want to change books like you change TV shows or anything. So that is the reason, because I have this pile over here. I just want to show you the books. Only 100 pages left in the Claw and the Conciliator. So I will take a week and finish these off. That's at least my goal. And you will see if I do that, because I will do reviews on all the books. I've already read the first book, Shadow and Claw. And also that you can see on the channel, the chat with Reverend Jay. And finally, when I'm done, if Jay is still interested, I would like to talk to him about the Claw and the Conciliator. Not much left in this one, Tower of Fools. As you know, I'm a Witcher reader, and I will come to that book in a sec. But this is Tower of Fools. It sees the books after Witcher. This has nothing to do with Witcher. We're in the Central Eastern Europe, and there is the Hussite War, and we follow Reinovan, who is a magician or a charlatan. We don't know. There is a lot of humor in this book, like it always is with the Sapkowski's books, but his writing style maybe it's not suits for everyone. But the humor in this book reminds me a lot about the Kingdom Come Deliverance video game. So if you want to prepare yourself for the video game, you should read this book. There is also a lot of historical facts. It's historical fiction with the fantasy parts of fantasy in it. Not much left in Kingdoms of Death by Ruocchio. I'm reading this extremely slow, I must say, but enjoying it. I think maybe I know people really like Kingdoms of Death. For me, it's one of the weaker books so far. That has mostly to do that it's very depressing, and that is something I don't like so much, because Hadrian's journey, the main character, is really tragic in many ways, and I think it's very dark here in Kingdoms of Death. So let's see. Almost dark, but with a lot of humor, is The Witcher, Tower of Swallows. Great book. It shifts in tone. It has done that since Baptism in Fire. I think this is the best book. The writing technique or the storytelling technique is brilliant. I can't tell you about that. But if you found the maybe first book to be a bit simplistic, maybe not so serious, so to speak, it will change in Tower of Swallows. So stay with the Witcher books and come to Tower of Swallows, then tell me what you think about Witcher. I think they are greatest books. The other ones as well, but this is a big step up compared to the other books. And I really like the characters, of course. And then I have a book which I haven't read so far in yet, and that is Expanse. I realized today that this is probably a sci-fi Wheel of Time-ish book. So I want to have, big concentration, great focus when I really dive into this one. I bought it a year ago actually, but I've been reading on and off, and things have come in between, like it can happen in life, right? So I'm looking forward to continue this. There will come a video game on Expanse. I'm not sure exactly when, maybe next year. So the idea is to at least have read the first 3 books. According to some people, The three books are the best. The first three books, I don't know what you think. Have you read Expanse? What do you think? Have you read some of the other books I showed you today? What do you think about them? And do you have other suggestions on games that are great as storytelling games? Please tell me. So that is everything I had today. Very happy for the painting. If you are happy to watching this video, please like and subscribe and share to your friends and the people you think might like this. If you are new here, you have author interviews, you have book reflections, you have book reviews, a lot of things, and this will come more and more here on the channel. So I'm happy you are here, and I wish you a great evening. And if you're watching the World Cup in soccer or football, of course, I hope your team is doing well, so you can feel happy no matter what country you support. Thank you.